The Komorex might be a mastery rank 8 sniper rifle based primary that will, once researched inside of the energy lab, so another clan tech, will need 300 hexanon to build it, a build Forma 5 fielder, and kind of the same as the Panex did, the secondary. You have to actually research that in the clan tech before you can actually get to this thing, but this thing has some lovely perks to it. Mainly being the fact that it's a sniper rifle, so when you zoom in you have a better zoom, but if you actually zoom in further it will reduce the recoil, add punch through. The burst explosion thing is self-harming, be very aware of that. I learned that one the hard way. Yeah, that is a bursting viral round. Now it also reduces the rate of fire in this mode, and I didn't know that until I actually came to record this. I just thought this thing had an insanely bad fire rate. It doesn't, because I've used it in its normal fire mode a lot more than its secondary fire mode. Well, I'm saying that, the zoomed fire mode. The unzoomed one, just the normal aiming, actually has a pretty good fire rate to it. It's when you zoom in further to add the punch through, the reduced recoil, the lower fire rate comes into play here. But them explosive rounds, well, the viral rounds do make up for this quite a bit, unless you are in serious trouble, in which case you're probably better taking a good secondary with this. But because it is self-harming, would highly recommend you take a melee weapon at least, because when enemies get too close, this thing, yeah, you can either free aim it, not zooming in, take the zoom off. There's lots of different ways to get around the self-harming side of this. But again, this was another weapon that came with no polarities on it. It's like Forma was not a thing they thought of with update 25. None of these came with any polarities on. So I only formatted this thing twice. I threw Vital Sense and Argon Scope on here to add some crit. Obviously you'll need to land that headshot to get it to work. I have all 4 of the elemental mods in here at the moment set up again for corrosive and blast. I tend to run that more than anything else, but you can swap these around pretty easily. Have viral and radiation, or nope, that would be complete. Nope, that would be the right way. Magnetic and gas. You can run these in any different weird combination you want to run them. I just happen to have mine in corrosive and blast. That has nothing to do with anything. The weird one about this is I was running heavy caliber on this for a long time. I took it off because, well, split chamber just works better for this, because with it being a sniper rifle, it sucks with heavy caliber on there. Your accuracy goes really bad. There is parts of this footage I have it in, parts of it I don't, and you can kind of tell which one it is because I'm aiming at the head and I'm shooting the wall off to the left, because it's not going where I'm aiming, even though my aim completely sucks with this anyway, because I was using this and leveling this up while leveling up the secondary, and going from a weapon that just you don't really have to aim to something like this. These two weapons, they do work well together, but going from one you don't need to aim to one you need to aim will throw your aim off. After a little bit of practice you can kind of counter this, but the like polar opposites of each other. One you have to finally aim, and one you don't even need to be looking at the enemy to shoot. So it works out to be a pretty good primary. Okay, I would say add another V polarity to this. It'll open up the possibilities of builds you can actually put on this. My build was just kind of really badly thrown on there. I want point strike on there somewhere, but I'm not willing to sacrifice the 100% status I have on this, being that this is more of a status based sniper rifle. It will never take away the Rubico primes. Well, the best way of putting it is thrown when it comes to crit, because it has a 38% crit chance with a 3 times multiplier, making the Rubico Prime definitely still possibly the best of the sniper rifles out there, because it is just, it works so much better for lots of different situations than this. When it comes to status based ones, it's nice to have 100% status based sniper rifle with the second zoom function on it. Well, it's the first, you aim and then you zoom. But once you are zoomed and you have the explosive viral rounds on there and you have the punch through, this thing works great for crowd control. It has lovely range to it. As long as you don't put heavy caliber in there, it will ruin it, making it still a good sniper rifle. But the Rubico Prime with the 38% crit, this only has 16, which is why I didn't build this thing for crit and I built it more for the status, because status-based sniper rifle, the Komorex. Crit-based, still got to be the Rubico Prime. But that didn't ruin this at all. I like the explosive rounds on this. It was actually a lot of fun to use. I want to add another polarity to this, but I really cannot settle myself on a build for this without really going outside of the box and getting rid of the whole elemental side completely and then trying to build this thing for crit, because it would work so much better as a crit base than a status base. But we'll leave this off here for now. Thanks for watching and I'll catch you next time.